Alright, we have quite a good player, 1600. So this is decent strength for a club player. Let's play a gambit and see what he does. He doesn't want the pawn. Alright, so we should have a comfortable game. We'll just develop, free our pieces. So this is possible. Now the knight cannot move. Our king is in safety now, and now we need to develop our queenside pieces. Where's a good place for the bishop? Almost everywhere here, despite d7, because maybe the knight wants to go d7 or the queen later on. So we could think about bishop e6, attacking the pawn here directly twice, because this pawn is already attacking c4, and it would be saved, because the other bishop cannot take the pawn when our bishop stands on e6 like a guard. Okay, the opponent takes some time. I wonder why, because I mean, he just should develop his king side. His king is still in the middle of the game, in the center, so it takes his time. The rook is well placed on the open file. There's no pawn on the e file. I wonder why he doesn't play. He just chatted with me, he said hi. So he plays for my pet, he says, so maybe there was a lag or something. So as you can see, our pieces are all well developed now. He might play bishop g5 now, because this would be a bit uncomfortable, because he already attacks d5. Okay, but this is a good position for me now. I'm slightly better developed, because look, he just moved his rook, so I think I have equality, and now I can put some nice pressure on the d4 pawn. This is guarded by the queen, the knight and the bishop, so 3 pieces, but it's also attacked by 3 pieces, so I could change here later on and attack. So I threaten now to take the knight on f3, and afterwards, okay, this is also not that good, because I will attack from b6 again the d4 pawn. He needs to play maybe d5 later on, but I would play knight e5 and attack the knight on f3 2 times. Okay. Problem is, my pawn on b7 would be hanging. If I take, he could take here, but I could play rook d8 and take the pawn on b2 as well. So, is it a possibility or not? We take on f3. He takes back. Afterwards, I take on d4, attacking this piece. But he takes directly, and later on I have a problem here. So just play it simple. Alright. Now we can have a nice move with this one. I mean, this was a mistake by white in my view, because this pawn is a weakness. We can have put a lot of pressure on this pawn. First I take the knight, and then I have a very nice square for my knight on e5. But I also have a weakness, and this is the pawn on c7, so he can make a lot of pressure, for example with queen c2, and I can if I play queen b6 check, you could play rook f2. I would love to play a knight on d3. So one idea would be to play rook c5. I will do this.
Check.
And then I play c5. He will have a passed pawn, though I have a nice field on d3 later on if I play c5. And he can't attack the knight, so the knight on e5 is much stronger than the bishop on f3. Look, he's just like a pawn. He just saves the pawn on e4. So I think black is slightly better in this position. So now I have won the square on d3, and I can start to penetrate, maybe with b5, a5, b4, something like this. The thing is, he will likely lose on time because he plays with the iPad. It's a pity, because I think the battle just started.
White forfeits on time.
Alright, but just check out the position. If you compare it, the rooks are nicely placed in the center. I have pressure on the e4 pawn with this rook. My king is safer than the king on h1. There are a lot of holes around, so white has problems on the black squares. Alright, let's do another game.